Hello everyone, and welcome to my channel General Hospital Official. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. General Hospital spoilers for Wednesday, January 15th, Drew chooses Willow to replace Sam as Scout, and Josslyn demands Cyrus arrest. General Hospital spoilers for Wednesday, January 15th, predict that Josslyn Jax will pressure Anna Devane to obtain a warrant and arrest Cyrus Renaud. Anna may protest that she doesn't have enough evidence yet, but it appears like she will corner Cyrus for an interrogation. Meanwhile, Lucky Spencer will tell Elizabeth Baldwin that he does not want her going anywhere near him. Lucky, Elizabeth, and Lucas Jones assume Cyrus is responsible for the Digitalis overdoses, so it's understandable that Lucky will be on high alert. According to other GH spoilers, Emma Drake will remind Felicia Scorpio that she will always make her own decisions. Emma is clearly an independent young woman, but Felicia may be concerned that her combative personality will cause additional problems for Anna. Emma will also have the opportunity to meet Trina Robinson on Wednesday's show, so it will be interesting to see what their initial thoughts are. Trina may have more important things on her mind as she watches the PCU Bowl game with Giovanni Gio Palmieri and becomes concerned about Kai Taylor. Kai will presumably get harmed during the game, leaving Trina concerned if he does not get up. However, Kai will find a method to impress Trina later in the week. Does this imply Kai's terrifying ordeal will be a false alarm, or can he remain positive despite a serious injury? Carly Spencer will complain about Drew Quartermaine not giving her a choice. Carly will insist on doing something and devising a strategy to retaliate, but Jason Morgan and Sasha Gilmore Corbin may be concerned that she would exacerbate the situation. Willow Corinthos is preventing Michael Corinthos from seeing the children since Tracy Quartermaine refuses to let them leave the Quartermaine estate, so Nina Reeves relies on Sonny Corinthos to go fetch the kids for Willow. Of course, Sonny isn't exactly a welcome visitor to the Quartermaine estate, so Jason might want to see what he can do first. Tracy will make a plea to Jason on Wednesday's episode, and she may persuade him to join her in all of this. Carly will turn to Jack Brennan for some news, but she will eventually become entangled in all of Tracy's turmoil since she will face her later this week. In the meantime, Drew will argue with Alexis Davis about his decisions and prevent her from disparaging his relationship with Willow. Alexis may forecast the detrimental impact all of this will have on Scout Quartermaine, but Drew sees things differently. Drew may argue that Willow is exactly what Scout needs, but Alexis may be angry if she believes he is attempting to replace Sam McCall in Scout's life too quickly. According to General Hospital spoilers, Drew may have lofty thoughts of Willow as Scout's stepmother, so keep an eye out for updates on his plans. Chad Duell opens up about his GH exit and return plans. After 15 years on General Hospital, Chad Duell's role as Michael Corinthos is coming to an end. As the clock ticks down to his final episodes, the actor sat down with his Port Charles father, Maurice Bernard, Sonny, for a two-part state-of-mind discussion. In the second episode, Duell discussed the issues that influenced his choice to leave the serial, as well as his feelings regarding his stunning exit narrative. The Daytime Emmy winner revealed that various factors influenced his choice to leave GH. At the top of that list was grieving his father's sudden recent death and having the freedom to return home to Arizona so his one-year-old son, Dawson, with partner Luana Garcia, could meet his extended family. "I feel like I've just been in a bubble for a long time here," he told me. "I would remain involved in the industry. If more possibilities arise, the appropriate ones, say, okay, let's do it." Duell made it obvious that he values his work family at the factory. "I realized how unbelievably blessed I am to be in this situation, to be on the show as long as I have," he told me. "To be able to work with so many wonderful people on a daily basis for so long. I see it as taking a step back and saying, we'll see what happens with that." The actor also appreciated the courtesy he received when he met with executive producer Frank Valentini to inform the soap's showrunner of his desire to leave. "He was very understanding," Duell remembered. "I greatly respect and appreciate him for letting that. The door is open for me to return when I'm ready." Duell's leave plot began in earnest on January 6th, when Michael was trapped in an explosion at Sonny's apartment and consumed in flames, the same day he filed for divorce from Willow. Duell praised the writing and production teams, stating, "The story in general, and the fire, it was really good what they did, and I think it's going to turn out really well. I'm glad they did it instead of the normal I get shot or blown up and I'm gone. The whole event was quite skillfully done. So, congratulations to everyone. Duel compared his 15-year stint on the soap to running on a treadmill, admitting that he simply wanted a break. I just want to catch my breath and step back on possibly down the line with a different perspective and a new respect, he told me. A lot of it is a personal reset for me, which I don't want to discuss, but there are other reasons. But at the heart of it all is simply taking some time off. Hopefully, with some emotional and physical rest from the grind of working on a daily soap opera, Duel will be ready to return sooner rather than later. I'm grateful to Frank for giving me the opportunity to return, leaving the door open. He did not need to do it. I am aware of how fortunate I am for that. Sonny Corinthos' apartment was in ruins, blasted to smoking debris by a clever explosive device that left no traces. Investigators were perplexed by the lack of tangible signs, but one thing stood out: the device was WSB grade, created by a group known for secret operations and classified technology. Jack Brennan, a seasoned WSB agent, was entrusted with determining the truth about the attack. However, his accomplice, Colette Moreau, became a target of suspicion. Her unpredictable behavior and cryptic remarks triggered warning flags. When Brennan questioned Colette about the nature of the bomb, her response was evasive at best. "It's impossible for that device to have been used without insider knowledge," Colette said, her voice measured but distant. "If it's out there, someone leaked classified files." But was she pointing fingers or hiding her tracks? Colette's dubious loyalty. Colette's role in the Valentin Cassadine operation in Prague heightened the anxiety surrounding her. Initially sent to track down Lulu Spencer in the hopes of finding Valentin, Colette's abrupt decision to take a shot at him perplexed even Brennan. Her excuse, that it was important to keep Dante Falconeri from discovering the WSB's actions, did little to ease concerns. With the penthouse explosion linked to WSB technology, doubts about Colette's loyalty have only grown. Could she be a renegade agent who sells sensitive equipment to the highest bidder? Or is she engaging in a deadly double game, providing intelligence to rivals while keeping her cover within the agency? Enter Jens Sidwell. Jens Sidwell's entrance in Port Charles brought an extra layer of difficulty. His decision to move to Windermere on the same day as the explosion was too coincidence to overlook. Sidwell, a guy with a history of vendettas, held grudges against Jason Morgan, Sasha Corbin, and Lucky Spencer. But his final goal remained unknown. Sidwell's reasons looked to be based on personal animosity and ambition. With Sonny's organization crippled by the explosion, Sidwell saw a clear opportunity to assume control of Port Charles's criminal underworld. But how could he get the WSB-grade explosive? His relationship with Colette may hold the key to the answer. A shared history? The prospect of a relationship between Sidwell and Colette loomed big. Could they have a professional or romantic background that ties them to the penthouse explosion? The timing of their operations, as well as the usage of classified technologies, indicated a coordinated effort. If Colette gave Sidwell the device, that would explain how he launched such a precise attack. Their motivations, however, remained unclear. Was Colette acting for personal benefit, or was she pushed into betraying the WSB? What did Sidwell stand to gain besides power in the underworld? Michael is in critical condition. Despite the curiosity, the Corinthos family remained focused on Michael's recuperation. Michael was severely burned and poisoned as a result of the explosion. Dr. Isaiah Gannon had put him in a medically induced coma, gaining time but leaving the family in limbo. Sonny, split between his roles as parent and mob boss, tried to prioritize. "First, we save Michael," he informed Jason during a heated exchange at the hospital. "Then, we find out who did this, and we make them pay." Carly Spencer, meantime, sought answers on her own terms. She enlisted Diane Miller to investigate Sidwell's past, believing that he held the key to the attack. But Diane's probe turned up more questions than answers, particularly over Colette's involvement. The days ahead. As Michael's condition improved, Sonny shifted his focus to uncovering those responsible for the explosion. Jason Morgan initiated his own inquiry, monitoring Colette's activities and looking into her connections to Sidwell. The pieces of the puzzle were starting to fit together, but the picture they created was one of treachery and deception. Colette, for her part, continued to operate in the shadows, her true intentions hidden. Sidwell, emboldened by the disarray, began consolidating influence in Port Charles, laying the groundwork for a conflict with Sonny's gang. A reckoning on the horizon. The aftermath of the penthouse explosion is far from over. As Sonny and his allies get closer to the truth, Colette and Sidwell's involvement in the scheme will become clear. But with secrets buried deep and alliances shifting, the route to justice will be laden with peril. Turbulent times in Port Charles, a week of betrayals, revelations, and unexpected bonds. As the sun rises over the peaceful streets of Port Charles, a storm builds within the walls of General Hospital. This week promises plenty of drama, grief, and unexpected turns for its characters, as life-or-death decisions, emotional confrontations, and hints of fresh beginnings set the stage. Here's a look into the lives of Port Charles's most cherished characters, as well as the turbulence they will confront in the coming days. The fragile state of Michael Corinthos. Michael's hospital room is strangely quiet, except for the regular beep of monitors recording his frail heartbeat. The explosion at Sonny Corinthos' penthouse has left him seriously injured. Third-degree burns cover much of his body, and his face is a picture of misery even while he is unconscious. While his family gathers outside his chamber, an unsettling presence waits in the darkness. Cyrus Renault has returned, carrying a chilling agenda. He slips inside Michael's room unseen and approaches the four-bag with cool precision. A syringe of digitalis, a potentially fatal medication, gleams in his palm. He swiftly injects the chemical into the line, leaving no trace behind. For Cyrus, it's more than just a personal statement, it's a warning to Sonny and his family that their enemies are always closer than they think. Dr. Isaiah Gannon, one of the hospital's finest doctors, is the first to notice that anything is wrong. As he examines Michael's vital signs, he notices certain anomalies that raise concerns. Dr. Lucas Jones joins the two in their terrible decision. Lucas, evidently worried, says quietly, "What if we get this wrong?" Isaiah's expression tightens, his voice solid yet weighted by the seriousness of the situation. "If we don't act now, Michael will die either way." Together, they race against the clock, using every ounce of medical knowledge they have to neutralize the digitalis and stabilize Michael. However, the outcome remains unknown. Michael's body, already wounded by the explosion, may not be strong enough to withstand another assault. Carly Spencer's fierce determination. Outside the hospital, Carly Spencer is the unwavering supporter of the Corinthos family. Her determination to protect her kid is tested like never before, especially as she faces a new and unexpected foe, Willow Corinthos. Willow's latest antics have left the family stunned. She gained Michael's medical proxy during their now failing marriage and has used it as a weapon in her ongoing custody struggle with Wiley and Amelia. Willow sought the return of her children in exchange for consenting to Michael's critical care operations, which Carly views as dangerous and cruel. Carly, known for her fiery temper and stubborn personality, approaches Willow in the hospital corridor. Her voice is a quiet, smoldering threat, each syllable dripping with caution. "Do not go down this road, Willow. You will not like where it leads." Willow, however, holds firm, her drive fueled by desperation and the influence of her new partner, Drew Quartermain. Willow isn't just concerned with custody, she's also concerned with regaining control of her chaotic life. A fragile alliance. Despite the upheaval, Sonny Corinthos and Nina Reeves try to find common ground. Their once fractured love has been tried numerous times, but the gravity of Michael's situation compels them to unite. Nina's voice carries a hushed plea as they examine the consequences of Willow's conduct and the best course of action for Michael and his children. "Don't waste your precious time on this fight," she urges, her gaze searching Sonny's for agreement. "Michael needs us to put aside everything else and focus on what matters." Sonny hesitates for a time, caught between his protective impulses as a father and his disgust with Willow's treachery. But as Nina's words sink in, he nods, acknowledging the truth in them. Young love in bloom. A softer story is unfolding somewhere else in town, amid the hospital drama. Trina Robinson and Kai Taylor share a quiet moment at the park. As the pandemonium of Port Charles appears far away, they exchange bashful smiles and laughing, their bond becoming stronger with each passing minute. The discourse becomes intimate, with their remarks revealing vulnerabilities and dreams. Before the moment slips away, Kai leans in and their lips contact in a soft kiss. For Trina, it serves as a reminder that even in the middle of life's storms, moments of beauty may emerge. Family tensions rise. Laura Collins, meantime, is sitting with her daughter, Lulu, at a nearby cafe. Their talk swiftly leads to recent events in Prague, where Dante Falconeri accompanied Lulu in her search for information about Charlotte Cassadine. Lulu, still distraught at her failure to bring her daughter home, accuses Dante of interfering. "Why couldn't he simply trust me to handle it?" Lulu inquires, her irritation spilling over. Laura, the ever-present voice of reason, grabs her daughter's hand. "Because he cares for you." And sometimes, love entails intervening when you're too close to recognize the danger. It's unclear whether Lulu will embrace her mother's point of view, but the chat is a watershed moment in their troubled relationship. A risky investment. Cody Bell sits across from Tracy Quartermain in a busy coffee shop, a stack of financial documents in between them. Cody, eager to make a fresh start, considers investing the $50,000 he received from Drew Quartermain several months ago. But Tracy, ever the astute businesswoman, is not persuaded. "You'll go broke before you see a dime of return," she says, her tone direct but not harsh. "If you want to secure your future, you need to think smarter than this." Cody listens carefully, evaluating her advice against his own intuition. For him, this investment is more than just money, it's an opportunity to reinvent his life and escape the shadows of his past. Whether he will heed Tracy's warning or carve his own path is unknown. A town in turmoil. As the week progresses, the citizens of Port Charles face decisions that will impact their lives. From Michael's quest for survival to the simmering tensions between Willow and Carly, each plotline contributes to the greater picture of a town where secrets, love, and loyalty intersect. Strange things everyone ignores about Maurice Benard. Maurice Benard, who stars on General Hospital, is by far one of the most well-known daytime television personalities. He is also one of the most recognizable. Strange things everyone ignores about Maurice Benard. The actor, best known for his role as Sonny Corinthos, has been on screen for over 4 decades. And, while there are undoubtedly many admirers who adore them, there are certain peculiar aspects of the actor that many people overlook. If fans have learned anything about Maurice over the last few years, it's that he is extremely passionate about his work off-screen. Of course, we are referring to his YouTube series, State of Mind. However, it is fair to state that Maurice has also failed horribly with his show. Because it has been nearly 4 years since State of Mind debuted, Maurice has yet to get the show syndicated. In addition, Maurice has been considering taking early retirement. But does he truly want to leave daytime television behind? General Hospital News, what's next for Maurice Benard? During an episode of State of Mind in 2022, Maurice hinted that he might be ready to quit the canvas sooner than later. Indeed, retiring appears to be his top priority. "I'm very happy right now. If you know me, you'll notice that my happiness at General Hospital comes in waves. Up and down, he said. The actor also said, "I'll be done with it soon." Sorry. I hate to say it, but it's true. Of course, Maurice has not commented on his next steps. But when he does, it will undoubtedly be reported widely. It's Monica's house, who will own it now on General Hospital. Monica has unfortunately passed away at General Hospital. Who will inherit the house? One of the most famous General Hospital lines is, "It's Monica's house. Alan purchased it for her." Unfortunately, Leslie Charleson died recently, therefore we will also lose Monica. What Quartermain will be the new owner? Jason Monica is likely to leave the Quartermain home to Jason. When he was younger, he was her and Alan's ideal boy. Everything changed after the accident that caused him to lose his memories. Jason gave up on his medical career and became Sonny's enforcer instead. He cut links with the majority of the Q family, but Monica's feelings for him remained unchanged. She tried everything possible to maintain a relationship with her son, and Jason adored her for it. She was his soft spot, and he tried everything he could to make her happy. Jason will be crushed by the death of his mother. It'll be interesting to watch what he does with the house. Jason would not want it, but he might save it for Danny or Jake. Monica's only grandchild is Michael. He is AJ's biological child, but was raised by Sunny. Monica adored Michael and was overjoyed that he accepted her and the QS as his family. He is undoubtedly in the race to inherit the house. Michael will be out of the scene for an uncertain amount of time, therefore owning the estate may not make sense. The Qs don't need Willow to get her hands on it. Drew, oh no! Not Drew. Monica had no idea Drew existed until 2017, when they discovered he was Jason's long-lost twin. However, she immediately accepted him as her own, and the family greeted him with open arms. That was the older Drew. The new Drew is terrible. Monica's feelings may have shifted following his romance with her grandson's bride. She couldn't really keep leaving the house to him, could she? Tracy should get the estate. Monica and Tracy have a long, convoluted past. Over the years, the sisters-in-law progressed from enmity to sparring partners, mutual respect, and eventually love. Tracy has always resented Monica's ownership of the mansion, and she cringes whenever she hears about it. Tracy was just talking to her friend Stella about her sister-in-law. She expressed her concerns and how much she missed their relationship. After going through everything, the two became friends and the family's matriarchs. Tracy hated to admit it, but she was secretly pleased that Monica had let every stray in Port Charles to dwell in their home. After all the Monica's house jokes, it's time for a new statement. It's Tracy's house. Monica left it to her. That would be an appropriate conclusion to Monica's story. Who do you believe will inherit the Q mansion? Please let us know in the comments. General Hospital spoilers, what happened to Maxie Jones' mental health storyline? According to General Hospital spoilers, many fans want to see some adjustments made to Maxie Jones' character in order for her to have a more substantial narrative. General Hospital spoilers, what happened to Maxie Jones' mental health storyline? That's because many people have realized that the Maxie they remembered from yesterday is not the same Maxie they see now. Many General Hospital viewers have resorted to social media to share their feelings about Maxie Jones and her presence on the show these days. Some even believe it would be a fantastic storyline to explore how Maxie has changed from the fashionista she once was, as well as an explanation for her transformation. It would be similar to a narrative about a woman who has been through trauma and no longer enjoys the things she once did. Some fans believe this plot would earn Kirsten Storms a well-deserved Daytime Emmy. Of course, a number of fans have addressed the issue. It was a long time ago and my memory is a little fuzzy, but after Judy Evans had her baby and still had the baby wait on another world, they wrote a story for her character Paulina where she developed a diet pill addiction and she won an Emmy for it. General Hospital spoilers, what happens next in Port Charles? Another critic wrote, I wish soaps would explore psychology more in general, and not just in a randomly crazy because of a man kind of way. So yet, Kirsten Storms has made no comments regarding the situation. However, in this fictional town of Port Charles, anything is possible at any time. The walls are closing in on Cyrus. Joss brings her notion to the police, Carly devises another plan, and Trina is concerned about Kai, who may have sustained a football injury. The next General Hospital spoilers video for Wednesday, January 15, 2025 sees Carly doing something while Emma digs her heels in. Coming next in Port Charles, Josslyn orders Anna to get a warrant and arrest Cyrus Renault. According to the weekly spoilers, Anna questions a suspect, which has to be Cyrus. However, Joss may have acted too quickly and should have acquired more proof before contacting the police. Emma informs Felicia, I make my own decisions. And that's not going to change. It sounds like a spoiled teen. Who knew Emma would become into a monster? Anna's had her hands full with work and now an angry teen. Lucky tells Elizabeth, I don't want you going anywhere near him. Clearly, he's talking about Cyrus. The walls are closing in on the villain, making him increasingly more dangerous. Hopefully Liz won't do something stupid that puts her in danger. You know it will end with Cyrus holding her captive. Drew tells Alexis that Willow might be exactly what Scout needs. Right. About as much as she requires another hole in her skull. Drew is deluded, and now he's making up reasons to be with Willow. Carly supposedly tells Sasha and Jason, Drew hasn't given me an option. I need to do something. Oh. What is Carly up to now? And a frenzied Trina is at a restaurant with Gio, obviously watching the PCU football game. She virtually leaps out of her booth, yelling, Kai won't get up. Didn't he recently say something about avoiding injury? This doesn't bode well for the talented quarterback. The corridors of General Hospital buzzed with urgency, in stark contrast to the clinical serenity that often pervaded its halls. Nurses moved rapidly, their expressions a mix of professionalism and terror, as doctors yelled orders to keep the turmoil under control. At the center of it all, Michael Corinthos lay fighting for his life, his fate dependent on the quick acts of those sworn to save him. In a room filled with the harsh glow of overhead lights, monitors blared a discordant beat that sent chills down the spines of the medical team assembled around Michael's bed. He was already struggling to stay alive as a result of the penthouse explosion. A new threat, digitalis poisoning, had brought him to the verge. A desperate battle in the ICU. Page Doctors Gannon and Jones, stat. The lead nurse shouted as she checked Michael's irregular vital signs. Her voice cut through the noise, prompting another nurse to intervene. Seconds thereafter, Isaiah Gannon and Lucas Jones entered the room, their demeanor dismal as they observed the situation. He's having runs of ventricular tachycardia, Isaiah reported after a short peek at the monitor. His tone was calm, yet it conveyed a weight that needed quick attention. Lucas paled. He's going into full cardiac arrest. If we don't move quickly, we'll have no choice except to shock him. Isaiah nodded, his thoughts racing with potential interventions. Start the lidocaine drip. It's our greatest chance of stabilizing him. The nurse swiftly followed his directions, and the 4-line delivered the drug directly into Michael's bloodstream. Everyone held their breath while monitoring the monitor for signs of progress. But as the seconds went by, the situation became more grim. Lucas clenched his fists, his voice strained with rage. It's not working. Isaiah's jaws constricted. We need to neutralize the toxins. Bring me 20 vials of digoxin antidote, right now. The nurse hesitated, her eyes widening at the uncommon request, but Isaiah's harsh instruction prompted her to act. As she hastened to comply, Lucas expressed his anxiety. If we're wrong, if this isn't digitalis poisoning, we could kill him. Isaiah's gaze was unwavering. Even if we do nothing, he will die. This is our only chance. Isaiah delivered the antidote directly into Michael's vein, bypassing the 4 lines to ensure the medication reached his system as quickly as possible. The room went silent, the air thick with anxiety as everyone waited for a response. Come on, Michael, Isaiah mumbled beneath his breath. Fight! A gloomy revelation. As Michael's condition improved, the tension in the room subsided, giving way to a peaceful desire to discover the truth about the assassination attempt. Outside the ICU, Dr. Portia Robinson paced the corridor, her mind racing with questions. When Isaiah appeared, his face was gloomy but determined. He's stable for now, Isaiah said. However, this was not an accident. He was deliberately poisoned. Portia's stomach churned. Are you sure? Isaiah nodded. The symptoms were identical to digitalis poisoning, and the antidote was effective practically immediately. We've got a severe problem. Portia frowned. Isn't this the first case? Isaiah paused before shaking his head. No. I've seen 2 more individuals with identical symptoms in recent months. Both died before we could determine the cause. Brad Cooper's involvement in the investigation. Determined to solve the riddle, Portia approached Brad Cooper in the hospital's records department. She discovered him poring over travel documentation for an upcoming medical conference, his annoyance visible as he looked up. Whatever it is, it better be important, Brad stated, throwing his paperwork aside. I'm already juggling enough. It is, Portia said firmly. I need you to search patient records for everyone who has been treated for cardiac problems during the last 3 months. Look for signs of digitalis in their system. Brad lifted his eyebrow. That is a broad request. Can you narrow it down? Portia sighed, the gravity of the situation weighing on her. We are dealing with a potential serial killer. There have been 2 documented deaths, and Michael Corinthos was almost the 3rd. If someone is targeting patients with digitalis, we must discover them before it happens again. Brad's demeanor changed from annoyance to alarm. Why didn't you start with that? I will get started straight now. Tracking the culprit. As Brad went into hospital data, Isaiah and Portia examined ICU security footage. Despite their attempts, the cameras yielded no obvious results. Whoever tampered with Michael's did it skillfully and precisely, leaving no traceable proof. This person knows the hospital inside and out, Isaiah said, frustrated in his tone. They're careful, methodical. Portia nodded. Which means they're not going to stop until we catch them. Ripple effects. Meanwhile, the aftermath of Michael's near-death experience spread throughout Port Charles. Carly Spencer, ever the protective mother, resolved to discover the truth. Her determination pitted her against Willow Tate, whose previous actions regarding Michael's medical care had already strained their relationship. I won't let you use my son as leverage, Carly said during a heated argument. If you think you can manipulate me, think again. Willow, visibly disturbed but determined, said, I'm doing what I think is best for my children. What is best for them? Carly shot back. You're playing a dangerous game, and if anything happens to Michael because of you, you'll regret it. The path forward. As the week continued, the pieces of the puzzle began to fit together. Brad's investigation revealed a worrying pattern, a group of people with inexplicable heart problems who had all been treated in the same section of the hospital. The evidence pointed to an inside job, and suspicion began to grow. Isaiah and Portia reported their findings to the Port Charles Police Department, intending to bring the culprit to justice. Michael remained stable for the time being, his recuperation demonstrating the resilience that had marked his life. However, the shadow of danger loomed big, and the struggle to discover the truth was far from done. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, so please don't forget to subscribe my channel and don't miss any update.